Hello friends, today we discuss about the another topic, that is nutrient deficiency in plants, okay, by Professor N.S. Pasfor, Assistant Professor, Department of Agriculture Botany, KK College of Agriculture, Nasik. So we know that the nutritional deficiency is one of the traits which are act upon the plant. So firstly we discuss about the what are the different types of the environmental traces. Okay, so there are two types of the environmental traces. First is the biotic and second is the abiotic. So nutrient stresses come under the abiotic factors. Okay, so it is created by the external factors, that is nutrients. So that's why the nutrient traces they are come under the abiotic factor, and biotic factor means the factor which are created by the some other organisms. So that's why living organisms, so it is under the biotic. So nutrient stresses or nutrient deficiency is comes under the abiotic factor. So what is this stress reaction? So resulting from the suboptimal and damaging quantities. Okay. So when there is a stress, then there is a reaction of this stress from the plant. Sometimes it is suboptimal and sometimes it is causing some damage to the plant. Okay. Then what about the nutrient trace? So deviation from the normal physiological process as a result of suboptimal or toxic concentration of nutrients. Okay, so the nutrient trace is because of two, that is first, that is sometimes these nutrient they are in the excess quantities, then it is we call as it is a toxic concentration, or sometimes it is in lesser quantities, means less than the requirement, then it is called as a deficient quantity. So the toxic and deficiency both they are causes the nutrient trace. Then another, that is the environmental noxy. So this is the stress factor which trigger trace reaction applied in any concentration. Okay, so this is called as environmental noxy, means if this particular factor they are more than their optimum range, then they are called causes a environmental noxy. So it includes the ultraviolet B radiation, ozone ionizing reaction, heavy metals, aluminium, etc. Okay. Then specific and unspecific reactions to the trace. So unspecific reaction includes the modification of basic metabolism. Specific reaction include the production of heat shock proteins. So these are the two specific and unspecific reactions to the stress which are caused by the nutrient. In the previous my first videos we discuss about the what is the mineral nutrition, what are the nutrients required for the plant growth and requirement. So currently in between that is 15 to 7 elements are known to be essential for plant growth, but the role in the physiological metabolism is not known in detail for all of them. So in detail we study the what is the role of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, oxygen, calcium, phosphorus, sulfur. So it depend upon exact physical role is unknown, but these elements they are required for the growth and development. Then what are the general effects of available nutrients concentration? So this concentration, when you cause this particular nutrient they are in deficient or in their excess, so there are 5 ranges. Accordingly you can categorize into a deficiency or toxicity. So first, that is extreme deficiency range. Extreme deficiency range means there is no any presence of nutrient in that soil, so it is called as extreme deficiency range. Then severe deficiency range. Severe deficiency range means you can there is some presence of that nutrient in the soil, but they are in very lesser quantity, so it is called as a severe deficiency range. Then third one, that is the moderate deficiency. Moderate means that the nutrients they are available, but as the requirement of the crop is concerned, they are not in that quantity, so that is called as a moderate. They are present, but it not in quantity to absorb plant in that requirement quantity. So it is called as moderate deficiency. Then third one is called as luxury. Luxury means that if plant required, they absorb, and after that some quantity is also available in the soil. So it is called luxurious. Luxurious means the more than somewhat requirement. And last category is called as a toxic range. Toxic means that more than the requirement, means they are more than the luxurious, means they are very toxic to the plant, or sometimes they are causes the toxic effect on the plant. Then critical concentration range, so it occurs between the deficiency and luxury consumption. Okay, so this particular critical concentration they are occurs in between the deficiency and luxury. Deficiency means there is no any nutrient in the soil, and luxury means more than the requirement. So in between that there is a critical concentration, and particularly this information or this category is useful for to measurement the degree of the trace on the plant. The condition for nutrient deficiency trace. So amount and concentration of nutrients in the soil, that is the first, that is form of the soil. Third is the content of the soil solution, and last one is the soil pH. So these factors they are important for the condition of for the deficiency, nutrient deficiency stress. Then nutrient concentration in plant, there are vary with means how much amount of nitrogen, how much amount of phosphorus, sulfur, they are vary with the first, that is the plant age, means according to which the nutrient requirement is changes. So the nutrient concentration are there changes with the age. Then plant part, we know that these particular nutrient they are required in specific development of stage. For example, there is fruit development, then at that time there is a role of other nutrients increase than the which are required at the initial stage. So that plant part, according to plant part they are vary. Then plant species, so different species their requirement for the nutrient is different. And third one is the soil type. So we know that there are different types of the soil: clay soil, loamy soil, sandy soil. So according to that soil type, the concentration of nutrient there changes in the soil. Then what is the meaning of deficiency symptoms? So symptom is an perceptible change in known structure, appearance or function. Okay, so this is called as a symptom. Okay, and when these are due to the deficiency, that is called as deficiency symptoms. Okay, means perceptible change in known structure, appearance and function. So we know that there is a specific known structure of the leaves, known appearance of the leaves, known appearance of the function, but when there is a perceptible change in that particular these three things, then we call that particular plant they are producing some deficiency symptoms. So these include the yellowing, it is also called as chlorosis, death, it's called as necrosis, lesions, malformation, malfunctions and reduced growth and yield. So these are the somewhat we call as a symptoms which are appeared on the plant due to deficiency of nutrients. So there is one confusion between occurs particularly where one realize that similar symptoms can be seen by means whatever the symptoms we enlisted in the last slides, they are called as a because of some toxic level of nutrients, pathogenic organisms, air pollutants and pesticides. Okay, means suppose for example yellowing. So yellowing is occurs due to the some pathogenic organisms also. So it is necessary to take it is whether due to the deficiency symptoms or that pathogenic organism. So there is a confusion between that. Okay, so symptoms may vary with the plant species and the variety. So necessary to detect that it is particularly due to the nutrients. So important point to remember for the trace diagnosis, how to diagnose this trace. So yield or growth rate is usually impaired. So carefully read that. Yield or growth is usually impaired before other symptoms of deficiency occurs, so that some other indications of at least the potential for a deficiency must be considered in any diagnosis procedure. Okay, so this is important to consider when you can diagnose the any deficiency, that is yield or growth rate is usually impaired before other symptoms of deficiency. Means when there is a deficiency symptoms they are occur, so particularly that the growth rate is usually impaired before the that other symptoms of deficiency they are occurs. So indication of that deficiency, at least the potential for a deficiency must be considered. So some of the important terms of definition, that is an element is a pure chemical that contains only one type of atom. Okay, so it is called as an element. A compound is a molecule that contains one or more elements. Okay, so compound is a, that is for example CaSO4, that is a compound, it contains carbon, sulfur and oxygen. An element is a single, for example nitrogen. So nitrogen is the, that is single atom nitrogen atom. So element is a pure chemical that contains only one type of atom, and a compound is a molecule that contains one or more elements. Then essential elements, so we discussed in the previous video, that is the 60 elements required by the plants, they are obtained from the soil, water and air. 13 of these elements must be supplied by the soil. 6 of the soil elements required by plants are needed in relatively large amounts, that is we call as a macro elements, and are usually added to the soil through fertilizer or lime. These are called as a macronutrients. The remaining 7 elements supplied by soil are required in very small amounts and are termed as micronutrients. So macronutrients are needed in relatively large amounts by the plant, that is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, potassium, calcium, magnesium. Then these are the nutrient and their form: carbon in carbon dioxide form, oxygen in oxygen form, hydrogen in water form, nitrogen in nitrate and ammonium form, phosphorus in phosphate and phosphate ion, then potassium in potassium ion, calcium in the form of calcium ion, magnesium in the magnesium ion, sulfur in the sulfur ion. Then micronutrients, they are needed in very relatively small amounts by the plant, and they are usually supplied through fertilizers, that is iron, manganese, boron, molybdenum, copper, zinc and chlorine. Their source is soil. So micronutrients, they are used by the plant in the form, that is they are in the iron in the that is Fe ion, manganese in the manganese ion, boron, borate ion, molybdenum ion, copper in copper ion, zinc ion, chlorine ion. So nutrient deficiency symptoms usually appear on the plant when one or more nutrients are in short supply. Okay, so this nutrient deficiency, they are appear usually on the plant when this nutrient, one or two nutrient, they are in deficient quantity. In many cases deficiency may occur because an added nutrient is not in the form and the plant can use. Sometimes the nitrogen, they are available in the soil, but they are not in the form which are uptake by the plant. So that's why this is, in some cases the deficiency symptoms may occur due to the nutrients added, but they are not in the form which are plant use easily. Deficiency symptoms for specific elements are included on the key to nutrient disorders. So nutrient, every soil is not susceptible to the same nutrient deficiency. So soil wise the nutrient concentration is changes. The example, that is porous texture soil, they are low in organic matter, are susceptible to sulfur deficiency, whereas sulfur is usually in adequate supply in clay soil or soils with high organic matter. So this is the that nutrient concentration, they are changes with the soil. So this is the table which indicates the macronutrients deficiencies and soils. Okay, so nitrogen and potassium. So They are excessive leaching on porous texture, low organic matter soils, phosphorus acid low organic soil, then newly cleared soil, cool wet soil such as occurs during early spring. Sulfur, they are excessive leaching on porous texture, low organic matter soils in areas where the pollution is low. Calcium and magnesium, they are excessive leaching on porous texture, low organic matter soil where large amount of potassium have been applied. Then iron, they are poorly drained soil. When they are poorly drained soil, then that iron elements they are causing deficiency. Low organic matter soil, pH that is less than 7, soils with high potassium. Cold waste soil, zinc, cold waste soil in organic matter and highly leached high pH soils, soil with high in phosphorus, they are exposed subsoils. Copper element, peat and muck soil, high pH, sandy soils, soils heavily fertilized with nitrogen. If nitrogen is supplied in much quantity, then copper deficiency is there. Then excessively leaching on porous textured low organic matter soils. Manganese, excessive leaching on porous textured low organic matter soil. Molybdenum, soil with high ferrous oxides, high absorption of molybdenum, soil crop for a long time. Now we come to the deficiency symptoms. So, particularly first element that is the nitrogen. So, they are causes general chlorosis. Chlorosis progress from light green to yellow green. Entire plant becomes yellow under prolonged stress. Growth is immediately restricted and plant soon become spindly and crop older leaves. Means that this particular deficiency symptoms they are found on the older parts of the plant. And we know that the nitrogen is required for the synthesis of chlorophyll. So this chlorosis is the major symptoms which are appeared on these older leaves of the plant. Then deficiency of phosphorus. So leaves appear dull, dark green, blue green or red purple, especially on the underside region of this plant and especially at the midrib and vein region. Petioles may also exhibit purpling. Restriction in growth may be noticed. Okay, so purple spot they are appear on the leaf petioles and the leaf surface because of deficiency of phosphorus. Then potassium deficiency, leaf margins they are tan, scratched or have a necrotic spots, maybe small back spots for which latter they are coleus. Coleus means that increase their size. Then margins become brown and curve downward. Growth is restricted and the dieback may occur. Dieback means that that portion of the plant they are moves backward side. It is called as a dieback. Then mild symptoms appear first on recently matured leaves. Okay, so particularly potassium deficiency they are mostly occurs in the younger parts or younger leaves of the plant because potassium is considered as a immobile element. Then deficiency symptoms of calcium. So growing points usually damaged or dead, that is dieback symptoms. Then margin of leaves developing from the growing point are first to be turn bound. And this is some images which because of the deficiency of calcium, that is particularly the rotting of the fruits, they are because of these deficiency symptoms of calcium. Then magnesium deficiency, the marginal chlorosis or chlorotic blotches which latter they are merged. Leaves show yellow chlorotic interveinal tissues on some species, that is reddish purple progressing to necrosis on others. Young leaves affected with continued trace. Chlorotic area may become necrotic, brittle and curled upward side. Symptoms usually occur late in the growing season. Particularly magnesium is also called as immobile elements, and these symptoms they are found younger part of the plant and we know that the magnesium is also required, or it is an essential uh, constituent of the chlorophyll. So chlorosis also is one of the major, but these chlorosis, they are intervenal chlorosis. Then deficiency symptoms of sulfur. So leaves uniformly light green followed by yellowing and poor spindly growth. Uniform chlorosis does not occur. So in the sulfur they are means the progressive development of chlorosis, means they are firstly on the older, then come to the matured, and then they are come to the newly produced leaves. So uniform chlorosis does not occur. The synchronous chlorosis, they are occurs in sulfur deficiency plant. Then deficiency of copper. So leaves become wilt, become chlorotic, and then necrotic. Wilting and necrosis are not dominant symptoms, but this copper particularly, they are produces the chlorotic and the necrotic, means necrotic spots they are found on the leaf, and the plants with blue looks as a wilting symptom they are found when the deficiency of copper they are found in the plant. Then iron. So distinct yellow or white areas appear between veins, and veins eventually become chlorotic. So this particularly yellow color they are developing between the veins of the leaves, and then they become when these symptoms is continue, then they becomes chlorotic. Then symptoms are rare on the mature leaves, means maximum symptom they are found on the younger leaves, because of this iron is a immobile elements. Then deficiency symptoms of manganese. So chlorosis is less marked near veins. Some mottling occurs in intervenal areas. Chlorotic areas eventually become brown, transparent, or necrotic. So symptoms may appear later on older leaves. So initially they are on the younger leaves, and they are passes on the older leaves. The next deficiency symptoms, that is the zinc. Leaves may be abnormally small and necrotic. Internodes are they are shorter. So zinc is involved in the synthesis of indole acetic acid. So there is a internode they are shortened because of this zinc. Then boron. Young expanding leaves may be necrotic or distorted, followed by death of growing points. Internodes may be short, especially at shoot terminals. Stems may be rough, cracked, or split along the vascular bundles. So particularly boron maintain the water concentration in the cell. So that's why these rough stems may be rough, they are cracked and split along the vascular bundle. These are the symptoms because of this deficiency of boron. Then this is the table which shows that the crops highly susceptible to deficiencies, means when there is a manganese deficiency, which crops is highly susceptible, that is soybean, small grains and peanuts. When copper element is deficient, then wheat and corn is they are highly susceptible. Zinc, corn, molybdenum, soybeans and cauliflower. Boron, alfalfa, apples, peanut, tobacco and tomato. Iron, ornamentals, fruit trees, soybeans, grains, different grains, sorghum and some grasses. So today we stop here. So this is about the deficiency symptoms produced by the different elements on the plants because of this deficiency, and this deficiency causes sometimes the death of the plant or yield is hampered. So you can ask regarding the any difficulty regarding this topic on WhatsApp or message, or you may call. Thank you.